tired.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm some dumb American, and apparently I'm going through puberty. And with us, as always, is Scribe. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
I know, right? And the lovely Ranting Monkey is also joining us tonight. Say hello.
Hello.
And Stunlock Joe, it's apparently his birthday, and he has been waiting eagerly for months for you guys to sing to him, but he has a special request. He wants Scribe to horrible beatbox in the background while Monkey sings to him.
Jesus. Are you up for singing, Monkey? Or do you need a little time to warm up?
I'm good.
All right. Beatboxing, you say? Okay.
Yep.
On your mark, Monkey.
And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Birthday, Stunlock Joe. Happy birthday to you.
So I had to mute
Happy birthday,
myself
Joe.
to stop from laughing. Oh my god, that was funny.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I'm glad you requested that. That was amusing.
That was awesome.
So is there anything else we need to go over before we get into the news?
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And please share our stuff with everyone you know and people you don't. Strangers on the street. Like, stop some guy on the street and say, hey, have you heard about Lords of the Night? You should watch that.
Make up posters. Put them in your office.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah,
especially your office. Especially if your office is mainly female.
Just put flyers in people's mailboxes, like in real life, that just say Lords of the Night without any other context. Yeah, that'll be great.
I wonder what happens if you just straight up Google Lords of the Night. What happens?
Probably get you some kind of like vampire horror movie or something.
It does. It doesn't get you us. What a bunch of bullshit.
In Mesoamerican mythology, the Lords of the Night are a set of 9 gods who each ruled over every 9th night, forming a calendrical cycle. Each lord was associated with a particular fortune, good or bad, that was an omen for the night they had ruled over.
Well,
So
that's
they
neato.
swapped nights, huh? Just
That's
like we did.
cooler than our thing. So tell them to look up Lords of the Night YouTube so that they don't find out cool things about mythology. Because fuck mythology when you have us.
So the things the different gods were lords over. I can't pronounce their names because it's like Quetzalcoatl kind of stuff. But there was a lord of turquoise, a lord of the smoking mirror, the prince lord, whatever that means, the maize god, as in like corn, the underworld lord. Ooh,
I want that one.
Jade is her skirt is the translation of that one. There was the filth goddess, the mountain heart, and the rain god. I'll take the rain god. Making it rain.
I want a god. Which one am I?
Yeah, the filth goddess.
No, absolutely
Filth
not.
goddess.
I'm not a
It was
fan.
the only goddess.
Yeah, it's the only one that
I'll
actually
be a
explicitly said
tranny.
goddess.
Shut up.
All right, well, you're the filth god. Yes.
No.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we can get into the tradition of.
Ooh, I'll be the Prince God. That's what I'll do.
So you're the artist formerly known as Prince God?
Yes.
What?
Never mind. Before your time. But not before your time, but just today, because it's SDA's night. Guess what we have?
Terrorism.
You're absolutely right, Monkey. You win a fine thing.
It's amazing that when we swap around, like the terrorism just follows me.
Mm-hmm. So the Taliban, a Taliban attacker driving an ambulance packed with explosives kills 95 in Kabul.
Holy
Jesus.
shit. That is a
yeah.
lot of fucking people.
An attacker driving an ambulance packed with explosives detonated them Saturday in the Afghan capital of Kabul, leaving 95 people dead and 158 others injured. Taliban spokesman Zabullah Mujahid claimed responsibility for the attack, which comes a week after militants stormed a Kabul hotel. The blast occurred around 12:45 p.m. local time after the vehicle passed through a security checkpoint. Police identified the attacker at the second checkpoint, but couldn't stop him before he detonated the explosives in a central area near the old Interior Ministry building and a hospital and diplomatic buildings. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. The injured have been taken to hospitals across the Afghan capital. Let's see. They confirmed the casualties, but they expect the toll will rise. The attack in the heart of what's meant to be the securest part of the city is likely to fuel doubts over the Afghan authorities' ability to keep people safe. It comes a week after gunmen attacked the Intercontinental Hotel in Kabul, killing at least 22 people during a 12-hour standoff with Afghan security forces. 6 gunmen were killed. The Taliban also claimed responsibility for that assault. ISIS militants on Wednesday attacked the offices of British Aid Agency Save the Children in the eastern Afghan city of Jalalabad, killing at least 4 people and injuring dozens. Afghanistan is a shithole. I don't know what else to tell you. And it has been for a long time. Let's see. And
Can't
then,
just say that. I'm sure they have like really pretty beaches.
yeah, we should send Conan there and see what he thinks. The Taliban's swift claim of responsibility also was in marked contrast to a March attack on a key military hospital in Kabul that killed at least 30 people, many of them doctors and injured soldiers. The Taliban denied it was behind the hospital attack, suggesting such targets were beyond the pale. ISIS eventually made a reasonably credible claim to that attack. This time, the Taliban had no such qualms. It's possibly a sign the Taliban doesn't want to lose out to its younger, nastier competitor. Jesus Christ. It's like competing corporations. It's like McDonald's versus Burger King, except we're dealing with bodies instead of burgers.
Indeed.
Fuck. Anyway, so that happened. Still happening, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. I got my Dr. Pepper to make me happy. Let's see. Next on the block, CNN has an exclusive.
Oh.
A political exclusive.
What are they excluding?
Lawmakers want answers after State Department employees claim political retribution. Okay. I don't know anything about the story to see the headline. Key Democratic lawmakers are calling on the State Department's watchdog to conduct an immediate review of personnel practices after a number of employees told CNN they were unlawfully targeted for political reasons due to their work under the last administration. The employees had been reassigned from their areas of expertise to help clear the backlog of Freedom of Information Act requests, which Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has designated as a priority. The employees regarded the move as retaliation. Regarded or no? Quote, our staffs have been made aware of credible allegations that the State Department has required high-level career civil servants with distinguished records serving administrations of both parties to move to performing tasks outside their area of substantive expertise. Representatives Elliot Engel, the top Democrat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and Elijah Cummings, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, wrote in a letter to the State Department's Inspector General sent Friday. Quote, at the very least, this is a waste of taxpayer dollars. At worst, it may constitute impermissible abuse and retaliation.
Retaliation for what?
For having worked for Obama? The letter to the Inspector General cites a CNN report Friday that a growing number of State Department employees say they are being put in career purgatory because of their previous work on policy priorities associated with President Barack Obama and in offices the Trump administration is interested in closing. Okay. Ian Moss, a former Marine, joined the State Department during the Obama administration and worked for 5 years in the office of the Special Envoy for Guantanamo closure, where he led interagency delegations to negotiate transfers of dozens of Guantanamo detainees before he was seconded to what was supposed to be a career-enhancing temporary assignment in the National Security Council in May 2016. Moss remained in the post working for National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster and was praised by both McMaster and his direct supervisor, who, in Moss's most recent review, called him a superstar, ! Who helped produce the highest quality advance and analysis to 2 presidents. Advance and analysis. Okay. When Moss returned for duty at the State Department in October, he expected to return to his old office dealing with Guantanamo detainees or be given similar work. Instead, he was assigned under threat of disciplinary action to the Freedom of Information Act task force, while several of the 10 FOIA surge teams involved substantive matters that could benefit from his expertise, such as handling classified material. Moss was assigned with data entry and research alongside interns and civil service employees more than 10 levels below his rank of GS-14. It goes on for a bit more, but that's kind of the gist. So,
They don't like where they've been reassigned.
Well, it does seem like a waste of experienced talent if that's what they're doing. Whether or not
even if I agreed with that, how does that translate to retaliation? I mean, who's behind it, and what's the purpose?
Well, you'd have to prove motive first and foremost, and I mean, now unless they find some like emails or something or start getting testimony, and what is the? I don't know where this goes. I mean, if they prove that someone was reduced in duties, but not necessarily pay, because I don't think your pay grade goes down even because if you're GS-14, you get a set pay. So he's not being punished financially. Is there a recourse for that? If you can prove, it's supposed to be like a hostile work environment or something, I guess, but.
I just don't see, I mean, I'm sorry. It makes no sense to me that this would be some kind of retaliation to give you easier work.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe you would be better suited somewhere else, but am I to believe that there's somebody, where's this happening?
This is the Justice Department, or sorry, State Department.
Okay, so at State, there's somebody at State purposefully punishing people because they worked for someone else.
Yeah, or worked on initiatives that are, let's say, antithetical to Trump's policies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, like I say, it's an interesting anecdotal case. It'll be more interesting to see how they're going to prove retribution / retaliation somehow, if they can. I don't know.
Makes no sense to me. I'll just put it that way.
Let's see. So I grabbed this one because the headline on the link turned out not to be the headline they actually used in the story. It's like if you know in the tab of your browser, it usually has a little bit of text there. Usually it matches the headline of the article you're looking at. Well, in CNN, this one doesn't. There's two different things here. So the tab text reads, "Will America's judiciary be whiter under Trump?" ? And then the headline reads,
well, obviously.
Yeah, the headline reads, "Trump judicial picks lack decades-long diversity drive." So Trump's judicial picks aren't made on the basis of skin color?
They're too white.
I mean, it's one of two things. Either Trump's picks are made on the basis of skin color, or previous presidents were on the basis of skin color. Pick one. I don't know. Or both, I suppose. It's possible. And they have a big chart here showing how many judicial picks of which race were over the course of the last 12 presidents, I think. And the lowest white rating is under Obama, of course. So was Obama specifically picking people who weren't white? Is that less racist or something? Okay.
It is less racist. That's what we've been taught.
As President Donald Trump moves aggressively to advance a legal agenda with racial dimensions.
Aggressively.
What?
Okay.
A legal agenda with racial dimensions. Oh, is he talking about? Well, is he talking about like immigration and the ban on the country ban or whatever? Maybe.
Beats the fuck out of me.
He is simultaneously setting records for the percentage of white people nominated for lifetime appointments to the federal courts. Of the nearly 60 individuals Trump has nominated to preside over the U.S. justice system, only one is black. Only one is only one is black, period. Only one is Hispanic, period. I just want to make sure that I sort of emphasize the structure of this here, or this paragraph. Trump's record, according to a CNN comparative analysis of data from the Federal Judicial Center and the U.S. Senate, reflects a lack of racial and ethnic diversity unseen for decades. It is difficult to consider Trump's judicial choices, which this week are continuing their steady pace through the state Senate confirmation process, without the backdrop of his racially inflected comments and actions since becoming president. A case in point on Monday, his derision of Senator Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas during a White House ceremony for Navajo World War II heroes. Wait.
How old is this story?
Yeah, wait a second. This is from November 30th. What the fuck are they doing putting this on their front page?
Well, got to remind everybody that Trump's a racist.
What? Guys, I'm sorry. This was on CNN's front page, link under their politics section. I didn't know it was this old because as soon as I read that story, I was like, wait a second, that Navajo thing happened months ago now.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, CNN. Okay, I'm going to skip that one because I'm not going to give CNN any more time with that one. I thought it was something new. I hadn't read it before, but anyway.
There's nothing new about Donald Trump being a racist.
I guess not.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the last one I picked, I think might be deep topic material, so I think I'll save that one.
Okay.
Not a whole heck of a lot happened otherwise that I know of. Do you guys know of any other major stories today?
Not that I know of, but
I spent my day in bed, dude.
It was like the first free day I've had all week, so I was playing Overwatch all day.
An MMA fighter scored first faceplant knockout of 2018 in just 21 seconds. There's a video.
Okay.
I like MMA fights. Let's see, 21 seconds. Yeah? 21 seconds. Go on, punch him. You can do it. This is between... it's in Manila? Oh! Okay, if you guys can find that, that's awesome. The guy just kicks him right in the face and he goes straight down. It was awesome. I know, I'm not much of a sports color commentator. I can't do it. I suck.
I like MMA, but I don't like it when they hug.
Oh, the grappling?
Yeah, just stand up and fight like men, damn it.
You know, the
Most
first
fights end up on the ground.
Yeah, it gets, I mean, from a technical standpoint or a martial arts standpoint, it can be impressive if you are into that kind of thing. But for like the average viewer, it's kind of like boring. The very first MMA thing I ever saw, it was way back when pay-per-view, you could kind of see the channel that was all squiggled out.
Yeah.
But on this one day, for whatever reason, they had a technical difficulty and it was broadcast clear for like the first 10 minutes. And it was way back when they did mixed martial arts, like literally had people from different disciplines come in. And so it was like Street Fighter. I swear to God, there was this fight. It's like they had this guy march in, Muay Thai kickboxer,
Mm-hmm.
And then from the other side of the stage, a sumo wrestler.
Nice.
I'm not even kidding. I thought, oh my God, this is amazing because I didn't know any better as a kid. I thought, but anyway, so
your pronunciation of Muay Thai makes my head hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that hurt.
Sorry,
that hurt my soul.
Anyway, so the kickboxer guy, for lack of hurting SDA's soul,
that's even worse.
The bell rings. They come out. And the sumo guy does this little like stomp thing and starts like, positioning himself. Mm. And the other guy comes up and just with one smooth movement kicks him in the face. And you see a tooth fly out of the guy's mouth and he falls. And that's when the squiggle came back to the channel.
Nice.
It was the best thing I'd ever seen as a kid. I was like, oh my God. Anyway. So anyway, that's all the news stories I had queued up, unless there's something else that we know of or breaking news that'll happen otherwise. I'll keep an eye on it. But so
nothing I'm aware of.
Okay. Shall we go on to the MSS Schnuzz?
Go for it.
Okay. Guys, if you've got news stories you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSSNews. Can't promise to get to them all, but we'll look at as many as we have time for. How about a Florida woman story?
Yes, I like Florida woman.
This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Colleen Bernier. I wonder if this is the same lady that we talked about a while back. Florida mayor removed from office after felony arrest. Is this the same one that came to the thing drunk?
No, I looked at this story before we started.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. A Florida mayor has been removed from office following her arrest on 3 felony charges. The Sun Sentinel reports that Governor Rick Scott issued an executive order Friday suspending Hallandale Beach Mayor Joy Cooper from office while she faces the charges. The state attorney general's office says Cooper, who surrendered Thursday, has been charged with money laundering, official misconduct, and exceeding campaign contribution limits following an undercover FBI investigation. Let's see. Prosecutors say Cooper, a Democrat, is also charged with the misdemeanor soliciting contributions in a government building. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how much she got out of this.
5 to 10.
No, I mean money-wise, like how much she actually took.
I know. I was making a joke.
Okay. Well, I suck. Sorry. But yeah, 5 years possible. The misdemeanor has a 1-year prison term. She has been mayor since 2005. All right. Well, off you go, I guess.
Hope it was worth it.
Let's see. What is... we got Florida Man? Sure, Florida Man as well. This also comes from Colleen Bernier. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
And it's going to play a video in my ear because Florida loves to mess up with my mind. Okay. Auburndale man accused of igniting flares at Eagle Ridge Mall. Okay. This was the story from like last week or whatever, where they thought it was like IEDs, but it turned out to be like marine flares thrown into a mall and scared the hell out of everybody. So apparently they caught the guy. An Auburndale man is facing an attempted arson charge for allegedly igniting 2 marine flares at the Eagle Ridge Mall last weekend. Patrick Collins, 31, was arrested around 7 p.m. Friday after a lab test showed his DNA matched DNA found on the flares and a pair of gloves left at the mall. Whoa. When detectives asked Collins why he did it, he said he was trying to sleep in the mall and people kept waking him up.
Jesus.
What?
That seems like an overreaction.
That excuse police described as nonsensical. Yeah, you're right. The incident happened around 5:20 p.m. Sunday at the entrance of the J.C. Penney store. Firefighters initially said that an improvised explosive device had been detonated in a corridor next to the store entrance. The FBI determined that there was no explosion, blah, 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 no pipe bomb. Let's see. They don't say anything about what he's facing or anything as far as the charge.
No pipe bomb, just an asshole.
I was sleeping and they kept waking me up, so I ignited 2 marine flares. Yeah, okay.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
No, yeah.
If you really don't think about it.
Quick one from Mashisu. Mort Walker, whose Beetle Bailey was a comic page staple for decades, has died at 94.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I used to love Beetle Bailey.
Yeah, Beetle Bailey was cool. 94. Gosh.
Hope I make it that long.
Okay. This one comes from Jack the motherfucking Cockring. And this is published from the Charlotte Observer. Seems fitting given the subject matter. First black queer-owned brewery in Beer City blames white supremacy for shutdown.
Okay.
A self-described black queer woman-owned brewery in the Asheville area claims white supremacy forced it to shut down. All right. Black Star Line Brewing Company of Hendersonville says it is the first black, family, and woman-owned brewery in Asheville's Beer City, USA orbit. While women have increased their presence in the craft beer world, critics say the industry remains overwhelmingly white. Wait, what? Whoa. Let me read that sentence again. While women have increased their presence in the craft beer world, critics say the industry remains overwhelmingly white.
Yeah, you're missing. Oh. See, it's.
I see. I see.
Yes. Still them damn honkies though. Them crackers fuck everything up.
Okay, That threw me off for a second. Okay. The brewery announced on Facebook last week that it would no longer operate at its downtown Hendersonville location. On Monday, a second post said the, quote, community space that centered healing and liberation for all people had been shut down when white loan officers called the police, unquote.
White loan officers called them. What?
Did you not pay your bills?
Sounds like.
Quote, white
And
supremacy.
that's racist.
Yeah, apparently so. Quote, white supremacy shut us down. Company founder L.A. McRae told the food-focused website Munchies, our world has been rocked. Okay. The brewery had received racist, threatening emails in November, Asheville's WLOS reported, and says it had suffered multiple break-ins. McRae told Munchies the brewery was underfunded when it launched 6 months ago because a lender would loan it only $50,000. She said company officials were unable to contact the lender despite numerous attempts before the brewery was evicted. What has that got to do with white supremacy? You guys didn't secure the loan. That's your fault. The lender would not loan. So you didn't get money from a bank. You got it from some guy? Or you were promised money from some guy? Who the fuck are you talking about? White supremacy shut you down. Bad business sense shut you down.
No scribe. It was the honkies.
Ah.
It's always the honkies.
Several other breweries helped Black Star Line recover after apparent vandalism damaged brewing equipment. Apparent vandalism. Interesting. The Hendersonville police response to the threatening emails was swift and conscientious, and a surge of beer lovers visited to show their support. In an email Saturday to Asheville
Were any of
citizen,
them white?
Obviously not. Because
Damn honkies.
Yeah, white supremacy was trying to shut them down. Why would white supremacy give them money? Let's see. Okay. In a Facebook post Wednesday, the brewery says it was undercapitalized, bought oversold supplies, and used hand-me-down equipment. Well, then whose fucking fault is that? Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
So,
my
post number one says we're shutting down. Post number two says it's white supremacy's fault. Post number three says it's all our fault. Okay.
We bought shitty equipment and didn't know how to run our business. It's the white man.
Oh my God. Okay. What else do we have?
I like white supremacy posts like that. They make me laugh.
What's this? Okay. This one comes from That Damn Chris.
Damn it, Chris.
Damn, Daniel. Tokyo. Man slashes convenience store manager during theft of 2 rice balls. Was it worth it?
That'd have to be some pretty good rice balls.
I was about to say, that must be the best rice balls ever. There's a sex joke in there somewhere. Tokyo Metropolitan Police arrested a 48-year-old man who allegedly slashed the manager of a convenience store in Toshima Ward during the theft of 2 rice balls on Friday. Takashi Morita, not Pat Morita, but Takashi Morita, attempted to walk out of an outlet of Lawson Store 100, okay, with 2 onigiri rice balls. Upon being stopped by the manager, the suspect allegedly used a knife with a 33-centimeter long blade to slash him in the head, causing a skull fracture. Jesus.
Those must be some really good rice balls.
He must have been really hungry, or those things were made of fucking fairy dust. Okay.
Fucking fairy dust.
Fucking fairy dust. That's what Tinkerbell uses to. Never mind.
You were a disgusting human being.
I don't think so. I thought it was funny.
I'm toxically.
Well, you're also a
delicious.
disgusting human being.
No,
That's true, but you're the filth lord, so.
I am not. Thank you for the next 6 minutes. Goodness gracious, great balls of rice.
Well played.
I don't get it.
SDA, I'm toxically masculicious.
Ew.
Goodness gracious, great
You're just,
balls.
you're just grossing me out, Scribe.
Get my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Grossing me out.
You broke my will.
Did you say he loosens you up?
I said he's grossing me out.
All right. Well, speaking of being grossed
I
out.
hear that correct.
Speaking
I'm
of being
sorry.
okay. You guys, I'll
Go ahead.
stand by. You guys have your tiff. Go ahead.
She
God
was
damn
upset
it,
with
Monkey. I'm cranky about something. Okay, tiff over.
Okay. But speaking about tiffs, we have another case of young people watching old things and being offended.
Oh, what now?
This comes from Jack the motherfucking Cockring again. If you can imagine this, millennials watching classic Bond movies for the first time,
Oh, no.
blast sexist and racist plots online, and describe Sean Connery's 007 as, quote, basically a rapist, unquote.
Basically a rapist.
Oh, I don't even think I need to go through this story such as it is, because you can pretty much fill in the blanks yourself. I mean, take the story about Friends episodes that you were talking about the other week and just replace Friends with Bond movies or James Bond, and you pretty much got it.
I can't imagine how sad it is to be a millennial, seriously. And
Yeah.
I know it's not all of you guys. Anytime I do a story on my video about them, there's always, it's not all millennials. Why are you so mean? Okay, I get that it's hashtag not all, but there's a lot of you that are fucked up.
Hey,
Your
not
lines
all,
make me sad.
Monkey.
Well,
That's what I just said. Hashtag not all.
Well, I'm sorry for the ones that are not that way, that have to live in a generation of so many who are that way.
I appreciate
indeed,
your
yes.
sympathy.
Let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm not even going to read
Your
this.
generation makes me sad.
There. I mean, we were the Pepsi generation. You guys, I don't even know what you guys are like.
I
don't
thought
know,
our
like, I
generation
think-
was fucked up.
I
Seriously.
think overall, though, we'll be okay. Overall, eventually.
Well, if we stop saving people from their own stupidity, sure, because the dumb ones will die off and you guys will be fine. But otherwise, yeah.
Oh, these two look good. Okay, I'll start with this one. This one comes from Corey. Well, not look good in the sense of events, but good maybe interest. Okay.
Cool.
Oh God. Teen shot in head after new internet challenge goes wrong.
What are they doing now?
Okay, so we had Tide Pods. I remember that YouTube channel where they were trying to make themselves famous, and the girlfriend tried to shoot her boyfriend with a gun through a book I think he held in front of his chest.
Yeah, am I allowed to laugh at that?
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
it's funny to me. It really is.
all right. Well,
It's sad
Thank you,
'cause-
Dark Shade. If I'm 31, am I a millennial? Yeah.
yeah, you're on the front
you're-
side
you
of it.
are.
yeah,
And so
just on
you're
the
like
edge.
on the old side of it, and like Weebo and I are on the young side of it.
Yeah. Okay, Memphis, Tennessee. I was walking in Memphis. Not many people have heard of it, but a dangerous internet challenge is gaining popularity. Of course it is. According to Memphis Police Department, one of the city's latest shootings stemmed from this challenge. It's called the No Lackin' Challenge, if I'm saying that correctly. On YouTube, videos of the No Lackin' Challenge show people pulling guns on their friends and their friends pulling out a gun too. However, no one pulls the trigger. Early Thursday morning, a 17-year-old was shot in the head at Ease Cafe on Union Avenue. According to the affidavit, 21-year-old Sherman Lackland was sitting in a booth with two people he knew playing the No Lackin' Challenge when Lackland, just a coincidence, I guess, reportedly accidentally shot his friend. Quote, a real loud bang, then I see the guy across from him fall to the floor, said Thomas Fitzpatrick, who was inside the restaurant when the shooting happened. Fitzpatrick said the three men were all sitting together when the teen was shot. After the shooting, Fitzpatrick said Lackland was visibly upset and distraught.
Just blew his friend away, sure.
Okay, so it's just you pull a loaded firearm on each other and just stand there and don't do anything. I mean, are you like ambushing them? Like you're walking down the street, just like, hey, because I hope the other person knows what you're doing, because even then you get shot.
Thank you, Dark
Sounds-
Shade again. Develops a new facet of self-loathing. It's not that bad. And thank you,
It is.
Chaos Eve. On behalf of my city, I apologize for the stupid. No worries. It's all right. It's aight.
It is that bad to be a millennial.
It's really not, though. Like, it's okay.
You should cry yourself to sleep every night.
What's the challenge? Pulling a gun on yourself or someone else? And like, I don't understand that.
It's really
anymore.
challenging to pull a gun.
Yeah, I don't understand that any more than I understand the Tide Pod thing, except the Tide Pod thing doesn't immediately mean you're going to die.
I've not looked real far into the Tide Pod challenge. What is the point?
See if you can take it, see how long you can deal with it or something, I guess. Goes sort of like the cinnamon challenge and all that shit.
Well, okay.
Is Monkey roboting or is it me?
He's not roboting for me.
Okay, he's cutting in and out a little bit for me. I don't know.
I will talk for just a second, and everybody tell me if you can hear me clearly, or am I roboting?
I can hear you clearly. Just then. That was fine. Okay. All right. This one comes from Mr. Keith. This sounds like sage advice, maybe. Oh, is this a new blog I need to follow? Is this in this? Oh, it's in the same network as The Root.
I don't mean to be. I'm not being mean here, but Mr. Keith sounds like a hairdresser.
Hi, Daddy. Daddy's in the chat.
Your dad's a
What's up?
hairdresser?
No, they're right there.
Oh.
Daddy. Not Dad. Daddy. It's different. You should know that. You're a BDSM weirdo. Thank you, Point Curation. All guns are always loaded. Never let the muzzle cover anything you are not willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. Be sure of your targets and what's beyond it.
Yep.
Basic firearm
That's a
safety.
Smart way to do it. Okay, so this comes from a blog, a sub-blog from Lifehacker, which is a blog in the same network as Jezebel and The Root and Splinter. But anyway, the sub-blog is called Offspring. The headline is, "Stop asking your kid about their day."
Why?
Fuck off.
Okay, let's see. Don't ask your kid what happened at school that day. Just don't. Look, I get it. You want to know how your kid's day was. Whether they're 5 or 15, you want to know every detail. Who they talked to, what they learned, how impressed or horrified their teacher was by their behavior, who was mean to them, who they were mean to, and on and on. There are 2 potential outcomes for this habit. 1, they're not going to do it. You'll get, at the most, a surly grunt or a nothing. They're tired, school is draining. If they're teenagers, they've had to get up early and their circadian rhythms have turned them into night creatures. Even if they're the unusual kid who bounces out of bed in the mornings, they've just been through the academic and social ringer. School has taken its toll. Now they're out of school. What's the last thing they want to talk about? School. School is the thing that is over, and now you are demanding a recap. No. What the fuck?
This is so stupid.
All right,
That's so dumb.
This is relatively short. There's only like 3 paragraphs left because
Like,
this is just
okay, as much as and my dad can fucking can back me up on this. As much as every time he was like, "How was school?" We were all like, "Fine." What'd you do? Nothing. Fuck. Anything to say? No. All right. Bye. As annoying as it is when you're a teenager to be asked about school, I think most teenagers would be kind of bummed, like if their parents didn't even give a fuck enough to ask. You know, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you, Kingsley at Brookwa. The point of the challenge is to make sure you always have your strap, so you're not lacking. I don't get it. I don't know what any of that means.
Saying strap like that is just funny as fuck.
I know, that was funny. Are you strapped?
You strapped. Do you know what a strap is, ST?
No.
It's a sidearm. It's a gun.
Yeah, having a gun.
Being strapped is having your gun on you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Point. They're afraid parents. Wait, what? They're afraid of parents learning school checks.
What school teaches?
Oh, fuck my life. Sorry, Point. I'm an idiot. I can't read. We all know I can't read. It's a me problem, not a you problem, I promise.
Okay, so yeah, this is almost done. I can't wait to see where she's going with this because this is insane. All right, so that one was they probably won't tell you anything anyway. 2, they'll do it because they see how much you want it and they're feeling generous, or they're a natural-born people pleaser, which is probably not a quality you want to encourage. But they're not going to be happy about it. You don't want your kid to simply cave under the weight of all your longing, do you? Of course you don't. What? Okay.
This is stupid.
And you're not fooling anyone with those, quote, questions about school that aren't "how was your day," unquote, supposedly designed to get your kid talking. Quote, what was the best part of your day? What was the worst part of your day? What are you most grateful for today? If your day could be a song, what would it be? What's the funniest thing that happened today? You know,
No parent has ever asked this. It's always just, how was school? Fine. What'd you do? Nothing. And then,
that's
you know, if
pretty
they
much
were
it.
my dad, it was like, well, why'd you do nothing? And then you're like, we did stuff. I just wanted to get out of telling you what we did. I'm sorry. Fuck my life.
well, if your day could be a song, what would it be? Well, according to the story we read previously, it would be "Today Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube.
Jesus Christ.
uh,
You're not wrong.
uh,
The reason parents ask those questions, if there's any kids in the audience, is because we do care. And many studies show that if you don't take any interest in your kid's life, it does not work out well.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Throwing
said,
that
as
out
much
there.
as I wanted to smack my parents every time I came home from school because I was feeling broody, I think, like I said, I think I would have been even more like bummed out and upset if they didn't even ask me in the first place and didn't give a shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
well, here's the final piece of advice. Try this instead. When you're reunited at the end, Jesus Christ, melodrama. When you're reunited at the end of the day, look at them and say the following. Okay, you guys ready? This is the sage advice. Quote,
Oh, dear God.
"Hey, I'm so happy to see you," unquote. Then shut up. You could add, "How are you?" especially if they appear troubled. Or talk about anything else, what you're having for dinner that night, or an inspiration video. How about an inspirational video, author? Inspiration video about a cat and a dog who are best friends. And of course, they might decide to get super chatty about school at that point, or later, during dinner, or before bedtime. But you're not asking them in a bid to get them to tell you stuff anyway, right? Of course not. What is wrong with you? Who? Deputy editor of Lifehacker, Alice Bradley. The deputy editor of Lifehacker wrote this. Are you married
Alice
to Chris
Bradley
Saliza?
doesn't like children.
I think Alice Bradley's married to Chris Saliza. Holy cats. All right. Anyway, that was amazing. You get paid for this? Wow. Who am I to talk? Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, this one was posted by Monkey yesterday. I forgot to get to it, or I didn't have time to get to it.
Oh,
So
which
let's
one
do
was
this. This is Oxford University gives women more time to pass exams. That headline reminds me of the scene in G.I. Jane where they have the special steps set up for her so she can get over the wall easier.
Mm-hmm.
And she picks up the step and throws it aside and does the wall like everybody else. I actually really like G.I. Jane. It's one of my guilty pleasure movies. Oxford University exam times were increased in a bid to improve the low scores of women, it has emerged. Oh boy. Students taking math and computer science examinations in the summer of 2017 were given an extra 15 minutes to complete their papers after Dawn's? There must be some British term. After Dawn's ruled, okay?
Sorry.
No,
I'm choking on my own spit. Sorry.
Hey, I do that.
I know, right? I've been doing that like all day. I keep swallowing down the wrong throat and like hacking up a lung. Feels
Did
good.
you say swallowing through the wrong throat?
You've never heard it expressed like that, swallowing down the wrong throat?
I've heard like down the wrong pipe.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Throat. Must be a colloquialism for the South.
I
or
don't know.
something.
Maybe.
How many throats do you have?
Yeah.
Well, because you have like, you know, the pipe that goes down to like your throat and then the throat that you breathe through, I guess. I don't know.
Those are the same pipe. They
Yeah,
just venture off differently.
You have two pipes?
No wonder she can deep throat. She just uses the other one.
Oh.
It's like having a hollow leg. All right.
Yeah.
After Dawn's ruled that, quote, female candidates might be more likely to be adversely affected by time pressure, unquote.
Oh, no, not the time pressure.
There was no change to the length or difficulty of the questions. Okay, so they extended the time for all the students, but specifically because in order to help female students. Okay. It was the first time such steps had been taken. In previous years, the percentage of male students awarded first-class degrees was double that of women, and in 2016, the Board of Examiners suggested that the department make changes to improve women's grades. Bye,
Good night, Lady Monkey.
Everybody says night.
We said good night, excuse you.
Good night, guys.
However, despite the intention being to lessen gender discrepancies, the main effect of the time increase appears to have been an increase in the number of 2-to-1 overall, with the 2-to-2 figures falling. 2-to-2. I don't understand that.
Me neither.
It's some college thing. Men continue to be awarded more first-class degrees than women in the two subjects. Yeah, well, that might tell you something. It's got nothing to do with time pressure.
Well, it does. I believe there's a part of the article that says women's scores pick up, but so did men. So
yeah,
it's almost like, yeah, it's not about the time.
Let's see.
And that's nothing bad against women. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the thing. So a university spokesman defended the changes as academically demanding and fair, and noted that while 39% of female mathematicians achieved first-class degrees compared to 47% of men, women's scores had improved year on year. So even before the changes, there were improvements, but not to some great degree after extending the time. Okay. Well, interesting experiment, I guess. Let's see. How many more you want me to do, SDA, or should we?
Let's do one more.
Okay, let me scroll up near the top because I've done a lot of stuff from the other day. We did that one. Yeah, we talked about that one. Okay, one more Florida man story, just for the hell of it. Why not? Or okay. Here we go. This one comes from Colleen Bernier once more. And it's going to play a video in my ear, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Come on, get it over with. Come on. Do it. Do it. All right. Man lets Jesus take the wheel, flips truck 5 times on interstate. Jesus.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised he's still alive. A Tennessee man.
What's this is song?
Yes.
Yes.
That is.
Hi, Ed. Ed, we need to stream again.
Oh, this isn't a Florida man. This is a Tennessee man. Okay. A Tennessee man flipped his truck 5 times on an interstate last weekend after he said, quote, Jesus was calling him and advised him to let go of the wheel, unquote. Chad O. England, 33 of Maryville, faces multiple drug and traffic charges stemming from the crash. Tennessee Highway Patrol told the Herald Courier that witnesses to the crash, which occurred around 10 a.m. Saturday, told investigators that England was speeding on the interstate in Sullivan County when, for no apparent reason, his 2015 Toyota Tacoma left the roadway on the right. The truck flipped 5 times before striking a rock wall on the side of the interstate. Rock wall. Let's see. The troopers said they found in England's truck 6 grams of marijuana, just over a half a gram of cocaine, a pipe, rolling papers, and a nearly empty bottle of Crown Royal whiskey, and another smaller empty bottle of Crown Royal, and aerosol cans used for huffing. Jesus Christ.
So he's huffing, doing coke, marijuana, and drinking, and God talked to him.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you think
I'm
about
not surprised.
If you think about it, he's not doing anything different than the shamans did way back when they ate peyote to have visions.
True. Like I said, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
God was talking to him at that point. Yeah. I'm pretty sure all kinds of deities were talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
All going, get the fuck off the road, dude.
Including the filth goddess.
Yes.
Who is not me.
Yes. All right. Well, that's it for MSS
That's
News.
exactly
Thank you,
what
guys.
the filth goddess would say.
Exactly.
All right, so YouTube stuff. I will go first. This is not necessarily YouTube stuff, but it is me stuff. I finally settled on a release date for my novel, which I will be revealing probably next week, or maybe the week after, depending on how everything works out with, because I still have to go out of town for a funeral and everything. I didn't make a video today, but I plan on making one tomorrow. Today was like the first day this week that I actually had some time to not do anything, so I played Overwatch. But yeah, all that's happening, which is very exciting. Who wants to go next?
Well, I didn't do anything. I do have a video I want to make, and I hope to get done tonight. We'll see what happens with it.
Let's see. Well, I worked on ads this morning. so I have a bunch of ads to read. As far as videos, I don't have anything on deck right now. That lecture thing I was looking at isn't really material that lends itself well to a video, so I'm looking around for some other things. But I'll probably have something out in the next couple days. But ads, oh boy, ads. All right, so here's the ad request from last night. First off, we have Mr. Baker requested a ad for the first intermediate period of Egypt, and I believe this comes after SDA threatened everyone with find the most obscure thing to make Scribe's life difficult.
Yes.
There were several of those in this batch of ads.
Good job, SDA.
I've done my best to try to make something out of. A couple of them had like a paragraph of information on the subject, and I was just like, oh God, what am I going to do? Okay. Anyway. Looking to get away from the heights of ancient civilization and astounding advances in science and technology? Then take a visit to the first intermediate period of Egypt. Taking place after the fall of the Old Kingdom, the first intermediate period constitutes a dark age of chaos and decrepitude. With an elderly king outliving even his own heirs and provincial warlords battling for power and territory, buy your tickets now to say goodbye to paradise and hello to fear and barbarism.
Yay.
The first intermediate period of Egypt. Bookings now available through Mr. Baker's time travel agency.
All right, that seemed like a great place for a yay.
Yeah, it was a crappy part of history. It's like, yeah, oh, the kingdom fell, and now we have like, factionalized warfare all over the place and everything. Yeah, it's great. At least that was my take from what research I did. All right, Mr. Baker then requested an ad for The Cult of Osiris by Andy McDermott. The latest.
Oh, yes, the book series.
The book series, yes. I believe we're going to end up going through them all. Nina Wilde and Eddie Chase are back, this time on a mission of desperation. Broke, jobless, and laughed out of academia for their outlandish tales of mythical tombs and lost continents, the pair were at the end of their rope. That is, until a plea for help from an old friend sends them on a globe-trotting escapade once more, seeking out an ancient pyramid and the secrets within. But a sinister cult to a dead god will stop at nothing to prevent the past from being revealed. Will Nina and Eddie come to their end where civilization began? Find out in Andy McDermott's The Cult of Osiris, now available from Mr. Baker Publishing.
Nicely done.
Three-Sided Coin. I had fun with this one. Three-Sided Coin wanted an ad for unnamed sources. Coming this spring to CNN. The most well-known names in modern journalism are the last thing you need to hear in these times of fake news and alternative facts, because the truth must sometimes wear a cloak of anonymity. Presenting Unnamed Sources. Each day you'll be presented a black screen while disembodied, electronically altered voices tell you things. Politics, entertainment, science. Unnamed Sources will cover it all to keep you as informed as possible as to what people are saying is happening in the world. Unnamed Sources, only on CNN. It's not gossip, it's news.
I still say it's gossip.
Yeah. It's like people tell you things.
Four people tell you things.
Four disembodied voices on a blank screen tell you things. Okay, this was my favorite. Attack Alpaca wanted an ad for Sunday's Ladies Stream with SDA, Weibo, and Lady Monkey.
Yes, I did forget to show that. Tomorrow night at 5 p.m. on Weibo's channel, we're going to be talking about balloon dildos because BG was like, yo, what's the weirdest kind of porn you've done a thing with? And Monkey was all like, oh, balloon porn. And we were like, what the fuck? And we were so what the fuck that...
Back up a minute. You make that made it sound like I have touched myself to balloon porn. It was just, what is the weirdest kind of porn you've heard of?
No,
or seen?
What's the weirdest kind of porn you've seen?
Do you want me to not do an ad, or are you going to do the ad?
No, sorry.
I mean, I put some work into this.
Okay, go for it.
All right, thank you. Sunday, 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 appearing for the first time together, all on one live stream. Get ready for a landmark of lady bits, an extravaganza of estrogen, a virtuosity of vaginal verisimilitude. The gorgeous ladies of live streaming, featuring the mistress of monkey mammary mauling, Lady Monkey, the bane of meatloaf and mayonnaise, Some Dumb American, and the trap who can rap, Weebo Jones. So tune in to Weebo Jones's channel on Sunday, January 28th at 5 p.m. Eastern for an all-out girls' night of giggling and glamour with the gorgeous ladies of live streaming, or GLOL. This message has been brought to you by Attack Alpaca.
That was so cute until you went glow.
I know, right?
I was like, oh, okay, then never mind.
GLOL.
I was like,
It's the funniest sound I have come up with today. I was just like, what does that spell? I was trying to make it spell something, and when I came up with that, I couldn't find it, and it's like GLOL. Like, that's great. Because I was kind of thinking of gorgeous ladies of wrestling, glow, because that was the thing that was a thing, but I couldn't do that, obviously, so I was like, GLOL.
thank you, Point Curation at Dildo Copter, classic YouTube, circa January 27th.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's a thing. I don't know about.
I just read the things out loud.
Okay, next, three-sided coin in the realm of obscurity asked for an ad for a 1936 MGPA Roadster in British Racing Green. So, did my best. Morris Garages is proud to present the latest innovation in combustion engine conveyance for the sporty lad who has everything. Introducing the Morris Garages PA Roadster, new for 1936. With its smooth lines and honeycomb grille, this automobile can reach the untold speed of 100 miles per hour. Travel in luxury with fine leather upholstery and a polished chestnut console. And for a limited time, purchase this quality piece of craftsmanship in British Racing Green. The Morris Garages PA Roadster, fully certified by Three-Sided Coin. And then sorry, go ahead.
I said cool.
Let's see. And Circus Zero, on behalf of Sarah Plyer, wanted an ad for Wasp Juice Party. I had to stretch my brain for this one. Ladies, are you tired of touting Tupperware, gotten apathetic about Amway, and have some misgivings about Mary Kay? Then welcome to the future of self-starting salesmanship with a product that no one will turn away. Wasp Juice, the new miracle ointment to help manage your monthly flow. For just a small investment of $500, we'll provide you everything you need to begin gathering your friends to have a wasp juice party. But by successfully selling your wasp juice supply, you'll earn Jesus Christ, you'll earn a 300 to 400% return on your investment while having fun with your lady friends. Wasp Juice by Sarah Plyer Corporation. A bit of a sting is just the thing for your vagina.
That was horrible.
I know. I had nowhere to go.
Not that the ad was bad, just that was disgusting.
I know. That's what you do with like wasp hives, right? You just shove them there. I don't know.
What is the idea behind sticking a wasp thing?
There's like some enzyme or something in it that's supposed to be good for you, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the logic is.
There's no way to extract it.
I guess maybe that's what wasp juice is, put in a blender first.
All right.
Sweeper Steven. This was interesting. I would like an ad about a live stream of Lords of the Night with Scribe doing an ad about ads. This broke my brain, but I gave my best shot. Every Tuesday and Friday night, join the Lords of the Night as Scribelight routinely ventures into the land of comedic commercialism with ads. For a minimum $10 donation, your pal Scribbles will entertain your requests to create promotions worthy of preschool levels of humor. And tune in this very minute to hear Scribelight recite a custom ad about making custom ads, which was written for this ad from an ad request made last night. Adception. Brought to you by Sweeper Steven.
Well done.
Let's see. 1, 2, got 4 left, something like that. Okay. Next one comes from USP211816, an ad for a simple confection, gender roles.
I like that one.
Now available from Cinnabon. From the smart thinkers of our corporate diversity and inclusion department comes the most non-problematic treat you could have ever imagined. Introducing gender rolls. These specialty sweets are baked with the same flavor and goodness you've come to expect from Cinnabon, with the extra layer of variety. Try our male gender roll, packed with testosterone and work ethic. Then there's our female gender roll, fortified with compassion and heightened emotion. And don't miss our gender fluid roll, which tastes different every time you take a bite. Lastly, our agender roll, which tastes like nothing. Gender rolls from Cinnabon, a USP 211816 company.
You know, when you say gender roles, I think of Trigglypuff.
Oh, yeah. Or Smugglypuff.
That one too.
Okay, Sanguine on the kick of obscure, of course. A biopic for Edmund Gunter. Examine a life far ahead of its time. A man of God who in the 1600s worked to understand the mechanics of the universe. A mathematician, astronomer, inventor. His theories and discoveries would set the wheels in motion for our present. Learn of his passion for the sea and how he defied convention by publishing a book on mathematics in English rather than Latin, giving access to the common man the knowledge classically cloistered to high-minded academics. Edmund Gunter, A Life Precisely Measured. Coming soon from Sanguine Studios.
Nice.
Okay, 2 left. Sanguine then also asked for a gothic sci-fi based off of the myth of Odin's hunt for the mead of Kvasir. In the distant future, Kvasir Corporation has developed a method of extracting the power of imagination from the DNA of history's greatest artists and scholars and created a gene therapy that can potentially imbue a human being with the creativity of a god. The answers to all the mysteries of life may reside in one tiny bottle, and that is a power worth killing for. Sanguine Studios presents a new era of cyberpunk corporate warfare as mighty Lunar Eagle Consolidated sets its sights on Kvasir Corporation. It's a tale of intrigue, action, and gritty science fiction in the tradition of Moonpoon. Lorenzo Lamas stars in Infinity Formula, the Nectar of the Gods.
Nicely done.
It sounds like a 90s action movie. All right. And lastly, James Colley, paid to have Drunken Uncle request an ad.
Oh, okay.
Drunken Uncle didn't really have a notion. He said, no, it's your stream, your money. And then Sylvanas came along and gave him an idea. And so I ran with it. This is a special message from James Colley, Drunken Uncle, and Sylvanas Darkangel. Friends, there is a helpless animal out there who, for years now, has been held captive against its will and well-being by an ideological cult of gender zealots who practice unspeakable acts of sexual alchemy. It is urgent that we act to stop this poor creature from an inevitable fate of indoctrination and despair. For only a small donation of 10 cents a day, you can help save the stuffed animals to work to free Teddy from the clutches of Lindsay, high priest person of queer kid stuff. It is vital that you call now and pledge your support for this helpless, chubby little cubby all stuffed with fluff. So contact Save the Stuffed Animals right away. If you wait any longer, it may already be too late for Teddy.
I missed when the request was made, so as soon as you started, like, oh, I get it. Teddy's going to be saved.
Yep.
And Teddy needs saved, y'all.
Yep, save Teddy. So, guys, that's all the ads for tonight. Thank you so much for the donations. And again, I apologize for the truncated show last night. I got walloped with a headache, and so them's the breaks, I suppose. I think that's the first time I've had to do that in the entire run so far. So, there you go. But that's all I got.
Cool. What's next? Oh, Nasty Girl, what's up?
Filth Goddess, hello. Glal. Did she go away? What did she? I miss her?
I don't know where she is.
Oh, she's muted. Okay, well,
Muted.
until she gets back, I did pull out something that kind of looked like maybe a deep topic,
Oh, what you got? What you got?
or something else to kind of giggle at. This is a commentary from CNN. Wearing black to the State of the Union isn't enough.
What?
Okay, this is written by Nicole Cushman. I don't know who that. Oh, let's see. Excuse me. She's the executive director of Answer, a Rutgers University-based program that provides and promotes comprehensive sex education, and an advisor to Amaze, which creates age-appropriate animated videos for adolescents and provides sexual health resources to parents and educators.
Okay.
That sounds a bit too close to the video I just did, but okay. The black dresses symbolizing a stand against sexual harassment and assault we saw at the Golden Globes will make another appearance at the State of the Union, putting the nation on notice that time's up for inappropriate behavior.
Wait, can I stop you right there?
Yep.
I understand, wearing black, but women have been wearing black to look nice for a long, long time. Shouldn't they have gone with a different color? It's going to be a White House thing, so typically it is, black dresses.
Mhm.
Shouldn't they have gone
I
with
guess
something
like green or some shit.
piss yellow?
Yeah, like something that nobody would know. Sorry, guys. I ran to the bathroom. I thought I'd be back before Scribe was done reading ads. So.
Oh, you missed
You know what
my
they should have
ads.
done? They should have done white dresses with red splotches on the back.
Oh my god.
White with red polka dots.
Mm. Just
Or-
something
or-
other than, a black dress is, never mind.
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
look, there's-
I would be always supporting the Me Too movement because I pretty much only wear black.
oh, of course. That way they can just easily dial in on the goth subculture without having to pay any extra
I'm
money.
not part of the goth subculture.
I wasn't talking about you necessarily. I was just saying that,
No.
people, because it is the most common denominator color for people to wear, a black coat or a black dress or a black suit. So they can pretend that the movement has a lot more support than it might actually because black is so ubiquitous.
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't wear black to like?
I mean, every funeral is in support of Time's Up because
Exactly.
they're dead. Oh, wait. That was
I don't think that's it.
I'm fairly certain that's what the chick who dated Aziz Ansari was wearing too.
Okay.
You can kind of see her dress in one of the pictures.
All right. So anyway,
So she was already involved in the movement before
Yeah.
she got.
Oh, she was a trap. She set him up. Bitch, set me up.
so let's see.
A
She
90s
goes on.
reference.
We can't expect President Donald Trump to speak to this crisis, nor does he have the credibility given his track record. But the onus is on all of us to transform the culture of sexual harassment and assault across America. Yes, rape culture. We can change our culture for future generations, but this requires education starting early for children and teens at school and at home.
Can I stop you to say something really controversial? I am against rape.
What? Wait, wow, Monkey. It's not as though the larger part of our modern society agrees with you.
So Monkey, what you're saying is you closely embrace rape.
You fucker.
I'm
Well
playing
played,
Kathy
well
Newman
played.
or whatever. It's like, yeah. So what you're saying is you have
Yeah, it
no
took me a second to
problem with
get where you
being
came
near
from.
rape. Yeah.
God, I had a teacher like that, and my sophomore English teacher was a bitch like that. I mean, and it was a continuous problem because she'd be asking us about stuff, because she was like, analyze this literature or whatever. And we'd be like, all right, so I guess blue means sad. And she'd be like, so what you're saying is that tulips are pretty. And we'd be like, what the fuck? You don't know. It's not what I said. Why? She had children, which is that's terrible. She shouldn't have done that. I mean, but then again, I don't even know how she found somebody to breed with her, to be honest.
See, so, that Jordan Peterson thing, amongst other things, reminded me of literature analysis in college because I think I might have told this story before. We were reading Moby Dick, and it was very early in the book, like when he's meeting Ishmael's meeting Queequeg for the first time, and there's a scene where they're like eating fish soup or something, and the teacher stops in the middle of the discussion or whatever, and she says, "Now, what do you think the soup means?" And I was just like,
they're eating fucking soup, you dumb bitch.
yeah, and I remember saying something, and it's a long time ago. I said something to the effect of, either every item in this book has a deeper meaning, and Melville was just an insane genius who made a list of all the deeper meanings of things, or it's a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
It's like, don't read into it any more than what it is unless there's reason to.
And as an author,
so anyway,
I can tell you it's almost always just a bowl of soup. But this particular teacher, actually, because we read, Julius Caesar, the play, the Shakespeare play, as you do when you're a sophomore in high school. And she was she was a wackadoodle. And she was like, okay, so what do we think about the ending of the play? And we were like, well, he got stabbed and he's dead. And she was like, no. And we were like, what the fuck do you mean no? And she was like, well, you see, it's a metaphorical death. It's the metaphorical ending of his power. And we were like, we're pretty fucking sure he just got stabadoodled. And she was like, no, that's not what happened. And on the and like on her test, she would be like, true or false? In your opinion, blah 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 blah. And we were supposed to like pick true or false, which was super weird.
Your opinion?
Yeah, in your opinion. Like, the grass, like, I don't know, like grass smells good. And we were supposed to be like true or false. And it's like, that's not how you do true or false questions. She also, because we read of Mice and Men as well, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't been to school, Lenny dies at the end, gets shot in the back of the head by George. And so, she was like, so what happened? And we were like, fucking got shot in the back of the head. And she was like, no, we don't talk about that kind of violence. We don't read violent books in here. I'm really, what do you mean? You just
That's exactly what happened.
I'm like, we were like, I don't know, like the motherfuckers crushing puppies and shit. Like what? I don't know. That's exactly what we just read. And she was like having no fucking part of that. She was like, their friendship ended. And we were like, yeah, because he's not breathing.
No, their friendship didn't end. Actually, that was probably the greatest act of friendship that George could have done, is try to free his friend from a fate worse than the life he was already living. But that's my interpretation, because here's the thing, guys, and I know this, I'm not an author like SDA, so to speak, but I did write many a story in my time, and many an audience who read them. And it was always the most entertaining for people to come up to me after reading it, whatever it was, and say, oh, I love the symbolism of blah. And I'd be sitting there just nodding my head and go like, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. When I was thinking to myself, it was just a paper plate. Or whatever it was. Yeah, it's just a cigar. Exactly.
Well, what was the most fun about the beta reading process was because I asked for predictions, to see like what people are thinking, where they think it's going to go. And that was the most fun part for me to read, because they would be like, well, this character is clearly going to do blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, okay, that's interesting. Or like they start weaving together like these threads of the story that are kind of there, but kind of aren't. Like they don't actually end up that way. And that was really fun. Like watching, like hearing somebody actually kind of theorize about was a whole lot of fun. And then, of course, all my female beta readers were very much into like who was going to end up together and stuff like that. So, which was also sexist. Which was fun. No, they were like, oh well, this person is totally going to end up banging the main chick because, of course, he is. And you're just kind of like, huh? Didn't even think of it that way, but okay.
Okay, so I want to find out what this lady thinks we should be teaching children in order to change the culture, because that's always really interesting. Harvey Weinstein said, in response to allegations of sexual harassment and rape, that he came of age at a time when, quote, all the rules about behavior and workplaces were different. That was the culture then, unquote. While this was a pathetic attempt to deflect responsibility, it's clear that some of Weinstein's perspective is still implicitly or explicitly infused into our culture today. If young boys learn, here we go. If young boys learn that taunting and teasing is a good way to show interest in girls, for example, will that behavior be left behind on the playground, or will it subconsciously become the foundation for adult attitudes about women?
Oh my God. Thank you, Dark Shade. Shipper's gonna ship. Yeah, it really, that was so much fun though. Like for people to be like, these two characters are totally gonna get it on, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you, James Colley. A cigar is just a cigar, unless you're Bill Clinton. Okay, but like real talk, people tend to tease or like make jokes with people that they like, especially people that they want to bone.
Well, when you're a little kid, you don't know how to express those kind of emotions because you don't know how. And so it comes out. How do you show somebody interest when you're not mature enough to understand how to hit on a girl or something? That's always been the thing. It's like boys show interest by treating a girl kind of like another boy, by teasing them and chasing them around, because that's how they know how to express affection at that stage of the game. It's not unhealthy. It doesn't mean they're going to turn into a rapist.
Well, the other thing is that, you know, there's a difference between like teasing somebody and like, not like making fun of them, but I don't know, like being playful with them, I guess, and genuinely being a piece of shit to somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Sex education should be an educational priority along with other critical subjects such as math and history. Okay, I'm going to stop myself there for a second because I just did a video on this. The last video I did where this guy calls himself a sex health educator. And when I think of sex ed, and I said this in the video, I think of learning about the biological processes of human reproduction and sexual interaction. You know, just the basics, just the bland science behind it. This is what your penis is for. This is what your vagina is for. This is how they work. This is how babies are made. In order to avoid disease and pregnancy, you need to take these steps, full stop. That's pretty much it. The guy in the video really wanted to go way beyond that and start making sure the kids know how to do other sex acts safely, like anal sex, etc. And I'm like, okay, this is, so I fear that this lady's going in a similar direction of like turning sex education into ideological indoctrination. I'm pretty sure that's where this is going. That's my prophecy, I suppose. Okay, so sex education, when done right, it's not just a semester during PE freshman year. It's an ongoing process throughout a student's entire educational career, covering communication and decision-making skills, sexual orientation and gender identity, as well as the basics of reproduction and contraception.
No. Gender identity has fuck all to do with it. No.
Yeah. No, the basics of reproduction and contraception, that is what sex education is for. It's to make sure kids have a working knowledge of what is a safe and healthy way to conduct themselves if they are going to engage in sexual acts, and also to try to prevent teen pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and disease. That's the gist. Everything else is for the kid to decide for themselves through their own experiences and explorations. You don't tell.
This is the problem. I mean, so many parents have is when it comes to sex ed. I don't mind my children being taught sex ed in school. I mean, I talk to them myself because I'm not a pussy and can talk to my children about these kind of things. Mm-hmm. But I don't want somebody who has some ideological bent in there teaching my kids, you know what? Fisting is really nice.
Yeah.
No, that's not what sex ed should be about. I mean, I'm with you, Scribe. It should be, this is how reproduction happens. This is how you stop disease. This is how you can do your best to prevent pregnancy if you're going to have sex.
Mm-hmm. Which you probably are. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, you anticipate that kids, curious and full of hormones, are probably going to do it. The only thing you can do to try to prevent it is education of the basics. Outside of that, it's not your place as an educator to tell kids how they should behave, make decisions per se, or what in regards to their own sexuality.
No. That starts to get creepy.
Yes, exactly.
like
It's
real creepy.
Yeah, it like the video I did, the quarter of the way through the video, the guy started talking about, you know, I wish someone had taught me how to have pleasurable anal sex. Shouldn't we be teaching kids not only about reproduction but also about pleasure? And I'm like,
No, fuck
no,
you.
you're not
Well, 'cause
teaching kids
also-
about pleasure. What?
I don't know
Don't
if
we
like, you've
fire people
ever-
for that?
You think so?
I don't know if you guys have ever like had a teacher, but if a teacher of mine, especially like some of the trolls that I had as teachers, started being like, all right, so if you're gonna do anal,
Yeah,
Now.
I would be like, ah,
yeah.
If
Oh my
Miss
God.
Smith in 7th grade had wanted to talk to me about that, I'd have listened all day long.
Yeah, private audience, right?
Be like, I need special tutoring.
Yeah. No, but okay, let me keep going here because I'm curious where she's going. It may feel difficult to talk to very young children about sex and relationships, but this is imperative.
Very young children?
Yeah, I'm wondering what she's talking about. She hasn't actually mentioned age ranges yet. She said a semester during PE freshman year, which makes me think high school minimum. But even that's a bit too late if you're going to talk about sex ed. It's sex ed, I think, and granted, I'm not a sex health educator, is best taught somewhere between about 8 and 12, around that age, you know,
that's a lot
pre-puberty.
younger than we were.
Well, 6th grade is what, like a 12 or 13?
Yeah, I mean, like we got the penis goes in vagina thing at like 6th grade, but we didn't get like genuine sex education until we were like 14, which I think is perfectly fine. I mean,
I guess it varies, but yeah, I'm wondering what she means by very young. And we can start by equipping them with knowledge about their bodies, the characteristics of healthy relationships, romantic and platonic, and what to do when lines are crossed. This knowledge and approach can have an incredible impact if practiced on a national scale. Imagine if every school across the country taught inclusive, comprehensive sex education, and if every family helped children to understand their bodies and their rights, and the breadth of different kinds of gender expressions, family structures, and relationships, we would be raising a generation that could change our world for the better.
what does that have to do with like weirdly pleasurable anal?
Well, no,
No,
that
that
was
was a different thing.
sorry. I just did a video with a guy who's a sex health educator, and he was talking about what he thinks sex education should be beyond simple, here's how to reproduce safely or not, and here's contraception. This lady isn't talking about that. I just find it kind of odd that I'm suddenly seeing a lot of this stuff about sex education.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was
sorry.
like, I'm
sorry.
confused.
No, she's just talking about sexual harassment, rape culture stuff.
Teach boys not to rape.
Yeah, Me Too and Time's Up. This dream is possible, but right now a lot of barriers stand in the way. We have a patchwork of state and local sex education policies and programs that vary widely across the country. Some leaning on abstinence-only instruction, reinforcing Weinstein-esque gender norms.
Weinstein-esque gender norm. No. Weinstein had fucking douche.
So you want to have a standard sex education for every state in every part of the country determined by you?
Well, because if we don't, we're going to get a lot more Harvey Weinsteins.
Too many young people are forced to resort to internet searches and rely on rumors for supposed information about sex and sexuality. Yes, and look what a glorious hellhole this country has become as a result of that.
Yeah, in my day, we didn't even have that to look at. We had to rely on somebody's older brother being honest with us.
Yeah, or finding dad's magazines under the bed or something. It's like, and even then,
yeah.
that was all staged. What they end up finding can be dangerous and misleading. In this moment of reckoning about sexual assault and harassment, young people, okay, I hate interrupting myself again, but I'm really, really irritated. I'll be conservative and say irritated with the conflation of sexual assault and harassment and simple sexual curiosity. Okay, these two things do not reside in the same category together. Being a kid and learning about what you like as far as your sexuality is concerned is not synonymous, especially just because you're a boy, with thus leading to sexual assault and harassment or rape or anything else. It just
What it is in today's culture, because that's what's being taught. Being a boy itself is a fucking crime. We are born rapists, and that's all we're ever going to be.
Young people crave accurate information and want it on their own terms. An animated video created by a program I work with, Amaze, titled "What is Sexual Assault?" had its views spike above 100,000 after #MeToo took hold in the media. There are some terrific resources out there to help parents, teachers, and teens fill in the gaps. Fill in the gaps. Oh, sorry, that was sexually aberrant of me. I apologize. But they need additional resources to cut through the saturated media landscape. Sex education that covers not just the birds and the bees, but also teaches skills for establishing boundaries, consent, and healthy relationships is key to dismantling a culture that allows sexual harassment and assault to persist throughout every industry, street, and school in America. Okay, I want you to go back and learn some skills in run-on sentences. But tell me, author, if we have a culture that allows sexual harassment and assault to persist throughout every industry, why is it every time one of these things comes up and someone is exposed as having done something awful, or even just alleged of having done something awful, their career is practically ruined? They lose their job, they are dismissed, they are fired, or they are charged. Why do we have rape laws? Why is the amount of rape in our country going down over time rather than up? Tell me, oh, tell me true.
Maybe she's talking about people that work for Hillary Clinton.
Oh, monkey.
On fire.
Yeah. Let's see. This isn't a pipe dream. It's becoming the reality in places like California, where the recently enacted Healthy Youth Act, the Healthy Youth Act, requires comprehensive sex education in schools across the state, complete with factual and inclusive information about sex, consent, and healthy relationships. Unfortunately, this is not the sex education most... Okay.
Who gets to decide what's a healthy relationship?
Well, God, feminists sure know.
The squeaky wheel.
I mean, they're relationships that look weird to me, but they've lasted for decades. So who am I to say they're unhealthy? You know what I mean? I'm just throwing that out there.
Let's see. I'm going to skip it.
How come when it comes to, I mean, like, no, seriously, when it comes to like, the typical family, we're not allowed to go. That's a typical family, but we can say that's a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even when, even when I was in like sociology of the family as the class, you know, the whole thing was that we were basically taught that like the nuclear family was not like the ideal family structure, and that it, you know, that every other family structure was totally as healthy and as stable for kids as the nuclear family structure, which is not true. Obviously, that's not to say that if you don't have a traditional family, you're a terrible person, or that your kids are going to grow up to be terrible drug dealers. But, you know, generalizing by the numbers, that's true. But of course, we have to be respectful. And, oh yeah, I think I've said this before, but we were also taught that Black people and like Mexicans inherently cannot have a nuclear family no matter what.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? How stupid is that?
When this was in a class you took in your...
Yeah, no, it was, they can't, well, because the nuclear family is like, it's a white ideal.
It's white people.
So a Black person cannot have a nuclear family.
They were teaching this to you in college?
Yeah.
What?
I know. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay. Since we're getting to the bottom here, I'm just going to skip down to the conclusion here, just for the hell of it. Our country is at a crossroads, and our children are watching closely. During Tuesday night's address, they'll see that some of our national leaders are taking the #MeToo conversation seriously. This conversation needs to happen at home, too. Now is the moment to make an impact on how young people approach interpersonal relationships for the rest of their lives. Let's not let them down.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Okay.
dun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this thing aside. I'm really curious to see what the first State of the Union from Trump is going to be, how that's going to play, just for entertainment purposes.
Should be interesting. I hope he comes out in a black dress.
The state of our union is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. You know who do a great Donald Trump impersonation? As I was watching, I random clip came across my YouTube today, and Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah,
Christopher Walken. His voice. He probably wouldn't even have to do that much of a stretch to do an accent or anything. But just listening to him, I thought he could do a great Trump if he really tried. If he hasn't already somewhere. Anyway, that's it. We're at the bottom of the hour, so there we go.
Yeah. So. Now is your time, chat. If you want to ask us questions, you have questions, comments, concerns, anything else you might want to say to us, now is your time.
Dirty jokes also.
Yeah, dirty, disgusting jokes. Whatever you want.
Oh, I have something to plug for tomorrow, actually.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So, yeah, Estia's got her Glal stream. So over on Midnight in Exiles channel at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I think it is, or is it 8 p.m. Eastern time? Shit. I forget. I will double check in a moment. But anyway, over on his channel, he has a series called The Pitch, where he has guests on and taking prompts from the chat. We are apparently going to attempt to create a movie plot, narrative, events, and title, and all that good stuff. So I have no experience in doing that kind of stuff, so it should be interesting. I'll get the correct time and tell you guys at the end of the stream as a reminder.
Okay.
I have a stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I will be talking to No Bullshit on my channel about his Sargon series.
Ah.
But did we go into like YouTube drama?
No, we didn't really. We didn't really do any. So is there some?
Brittany Venti got banned
yeah.
from Twitch today for doing racist cooking.
Yeah, no, I only saw bits and pieces of what was going on from Jim, but I don't know what the details were.
She did a stream where she was doing African and Haitian cooking.
Okay.
And they banned her for it for racism, saying that doing such a stream was racist because she's a white girl, basically. They don't actually come out and say that. They do say it's racist. But the only way that's racist is because she's a white girl. But apparently Brittany has a black mom. So she's trying to get in touch with... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, so Twitch told her she wasn't black enough to cook the food she was cooking?
Basically that, or cooking black food in and of itself is racist. You'd have to ask Twitch to verify that. I can't answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Satsu, we're still good for tonight.
I was about to say Satsu.
Well, yeah, by the way, guys, that would be over on 2 Cents Plus. Me and Satsu will be playing 7 Days to Die for a couple hours. That is the number 2 Cents, CENT plus PLUS. But yeah, so she was cooking. Oh, there is some other YouTube drama. We didn't talk about it last night, but Destiny and Tonka got into it. And Destiny put up posted a video of Tonka with his real name, wrestling footage of him.
Oh.
Somebody's gone out there and made a IMDb page. Did I do that right?
IMDb.
I always fuck it up, and that's why I always ask Scribe.
That's fine.
But somebody made a page for him.
Oh no!
Just like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And specifically to be able to say, no, he has this page, so it's public information.
Oh.
Yeah, how Satsu, sorry. I just saw Satsu's name in chat there. No, me and Tonka have our differences, but this was a complete dick move. Whoever did it, go fuck yourself. Jim Gila says, I thought it was his wrestling name, not his real name. Tonka's even said this on Twitter. He wrestled under his real name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was taken from IMDb, but he wasn't the one who put it up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gone on. And then Creationist Cat, Vadim jumped in on it today. So yeah, that's going on out there in the world now too.
Yeah, for crying out loud. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, like I
Piece
said,
of shit.
me and him don't get along, but that is fuck you for doing that, whoever did it.
What? Okay. Okay, now I'm confused. I thought Destiny did it.
No, there's no Destiny just spread it.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
So yeah, if I gave off that impression, no, nobody knows who set up the page as far as I know.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, so any questions you guys have? Somebody was asking about like a story about twins because I wasn't here or something.
Yes, Monkey is obsessed with the conjoined twins, Brittany and Abby, I think it was.
Yeah.
They share one body but have two heads.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, it's his new midget sort of obsession.
I kind of want to bang them.
Are they old enough for you to bang?
I think so. If not, I'll wait.
I wonder how that works. Like, can you fuck if that's your situation?
Well, their vagina works, but they just have to be on the same page as to who they're gonna bang.
Yeah, I mean, like, and who gets to give the blowjob?
They share.
I guess, but wouldn't that
They take one side of the shaft?
Awkward. Yeah, the only reason why I asked was because when I first heard about them, they were like 12.
Yeah, I remember like a Discovery Channel special way back when they were just like still a, one of those phenomenon kind of things. Like, here's the conjoined twins that have survived, beyond what doctors said they would, etc.
Well, I'd heard about them, but I didn't realize how much they shared. That's the part that really freaked me out. I was like, "What? Wait, they share one vag, one butthole? That's odd. How do you share a butthole with somebody?"
Did you see the? It almost looks like a Photoshop picture. Maybe it is, but there's one set of twins conjoined like at the waist, basically, who are belly dancers.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I've not seen that.
I'll find it and send it to you.
They say that like we've outlawed freak shows and stuff, but really, have we? Like, TLC is a thing. Have we really outlawed freak shows if TLC is a thing?
No. We just pretend we're all high-minded about it because it's a medical marvel.
Yeah, right. I know. Like, but when you think about it, if you see a video or like a TV show that's like My Strange Addiction, or like this person has a weird conjoined thing, or like let's make a whole documentary about midgets. It's like, that's just a filmed freak show. I mean, when you really consider it. That's all
Getting
it
rid
is.
of freak shows was a bad idea anyway.
What?
Getting rid of freak shows was a bad idea anyway. A lot of them made them.
Whatever you think about it, I think it's interesting that we pretend like we're above it.
All right, take a look at that, Monkey. Tell me what you think. I don't think it's Photoshop. I could be mistaken.
I'm looking.
You never know these days. Updated freak show, yeah, for sure, Pat, for sure. Any other questions that you guys have? Because we got plenty of time.
That's hard to tell.
Monkey can keep talking about types of deformities he wants to bang, but
Yeah.
There's only a few. Somebody actually asked the other night if I'm just into all kinds of weird fetishes with freaks, and it's not. It's not that. It's just that there's some that I can't help it. I was born this way.
Oh God, Lady Gaga, huh? All right.
Some dumb ableist. I'm not ableist. I'm just saying that we still. I'm just saying that we still we still indulge in freak shows. We absolutely do. I mean, my 600-pound life is not there because of its documentarian purposes. Like, I mean, it's there so you can go, wow, that bitch is 600 fucking pounds. Holy fuck.
Or
That's
Teen Mom
bitch.
or Jerry Springer or half a dozen.
Right. Like, it's not. It's not so you can be like, well, I wonder what it would be like if somebody was legitimately this large. You're there for the freaky part. Don't act like you're not.
I always like to see what they eat.
What?
Fat fucks. I like to see what it is they eat each day.
Everything, monkey. They eat everything.
Everything.
But I always wonder who brings this food to them, and how do they afford that shit?
Well,
Right? Yeah, like you would.
They're enabling family members and food stamps.
But no, even food stamps can't cover some of the shit.
Disability.
Even that, I mean, like I saw this motherfucker. Because this was back in my blogging days. I wrote a blog post about this. What the hell was the guy? I forget how much he weighed, but he ate as much in a day as the average human does in a week.
That's gross.
Barf.
And so if you do it like that and you do the numbers, I don't understand how they get enough, because their food stamps and all the disability in the world is not going to cover that food bill.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
And wait, I said that wrong. He eats as much in a meal as most people do in a week.
That is disgusting. I wonder if that's actually true. Like, that's what that makes me wonder.
What do you mean? How much he's eating?
Yeah, like if they're being honest about how much he's eating, or if they're like exaggerating just for effect.
No, they actually showed this fat motherfucker eating.
Yeah, but I mean,
because people got mad at me for calling him a fat fuck, and I'm like,
have you seen
look
him?
at him.
He's fat. Fuck. Thank you, Magnificent Bastard. How's the second book going? The second book is going really well. I am about 20,000 words in so far. The first draft of that should actually be done like mid-March or so. So yeah, that's also very exciting for me. So lots of stuff going on. What else do we have?
I have nothing.
Okay.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Nowhere else to go.
They were mad about the fuck part. They know that they all know that isn't true.
Oh, there was that story we did like a week or two ago where like a couple finally got surgery so that they could finally have sex with each other because they were so fat they couldn't do it. Yeah.
Which is
those
so
fat
weird.
Bastards.
Yeah.
I also don't understand why people get upset when I call somebody a fat fuck. They're obviously a fat fuck. You have to be nice, monkey. Like I didn't do that to them. I really didn't. I had no part of their dietary habits.
SDA, I may be a bit behind on this, but what is the book about? It's not a political book, which is what a lot of people assume it is, which is completely fair because I run a political channel. It's an adult urban fantasy novel, and it follows the main character whose name is Rosalie. And I will be releasing a video because I'm starting another channel with all the writing stuff and the information. I'll release a couple of videos before the book comes out, so you can see, you know, what the synopsis of the plot is. You'll get a trailer for the book where you can see like the cover and everything, and information on how to order signed copies, all that stuff. And no, it's not out yet. I haven't announced the release date yet, but I will be doing so very soon.
Yeah, my adult urban fantasy is an affordable apartment downtown.
Old people joke.
Yeah. Money conscious person joke.
How adult? Okay, so there's no graphic sexual content, but there is graphic violence.
Yeah.
Magnificent Bastard because he was one of my beta readers. He can confirm there's a lot of graphic violence. So you know, if graphic violence is not your thing, you probably won't like it.
How much butt stuff is there?
None, actually.
Oh, man. I read it. I don't read novels without butt stuff.
Well, I guess you're not
Seems kind
It's
of
not good.
interesting given your aversion to having your own butt touched.
I don't want my butt touched. That doesn't mean I don't want other people to have their butts touched.
Mm-hmm.
SDA, will the book have your name on it, or just list the author as Slumdog American? No, it'll be my name, and the I'm gonna try to say the channel about writing and all that kind of stuff will also be under that name as well. So SDA and the author thing are going to be pretty separate. Like, I'm not going to be like, no, that's not me. I don't know. But there's not going to be a whole lot of crossover either, if that makes sense.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You need to write you know what, I hate writing sex scenes. I really don't like it.
Yes.
The style of sex scene I write is like, it's completely implied. I'm like, you're an adult, you know what the fuck happened, leave me alone.
He
They
thrust
did.
his purple-headed warrior of love towards
Oh my
her.
god,
Oh, sorry.
what the fuck?
Sorry. Oh no, actually, you need to hire N from our chat to do the sex scenes for you.
Nope, I don't do sex scenes. I don't do them. They don't. Nope, not my thing.
Not even in real life.
I don't. Yeah,
Actually,
I guess.
actually, all you should do is like when you get to the point in the story where a sex scene occurs, you just put in like brackets Assassin's Creed, and then move on.
Well,
No.
part of me, like,
They did the
because
sex.
what I do is like the fade to black method, where it's like they're making out, okay, bye. And part of me like wants to just put in, then they did fuck, and then like chapter 4. I don't know. I don't like writing them. I don't know. I know that like it's a whole thing. Like there's erotica, which is basically woman born, but I can't do the sex scene stuff. It's not for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean,
wrong with that.
I don't know. I guess not every screenwriter wants to write porn, so I guess
yeah.
it's the same thing.
So what questions do we have here, guys?
You can ask questions about the book, about any other stuff,
There's-
about Monkey's butt.
There's
Whatever.
no curiosity. Our chat has lost their curiosity. We're just boring now. There's nothing to know. We've said it all, I think, at this point.
I mean, there are plenty of things y'all don't know about Monkey's butt.
That's probably true.
There's things I don't know about my butt.
Pat says he lives to write porn. What kind of porn would Pat write? Is like workout gym porn? Or like giant arm porn?
Why are you ignoring my bad jokes? I'm not even seeing them. I'm sorry. Write another one and I'll read it.
Dark Allow says, Scribe, how's your head? Still here, as far as I know.
And asks who's my favorite porn star. You're asking the wrong person. I don't get that attached to my porn.
I do.
Yes. I don't watch it as some artistic thing. I turn it on, I jack it, I turn it off, and I go about my life.
No, it's not about being artistic. It's like I like the way that person looks versus someone else. Like my favorites, at least the top of my head, are Krista Mays and Celeste, Nikki Dial from the old. That's like the '90s in the olden days. And the recent ones, probably Kimmy Granger and Harlow Harrison. They always pick like two. It's like Marilyn Monroe. They pick like, or Marilyn Manson. They pick two names of like famous people and smush them together, and that's their porn name. So
yeah.
SDA, what games do you play? Right now I play a fuck ton of Overwatch. I play it with Clever Just on his Twitch channel. He streams 6 days a week from about 11 to 4-ish in the afternoon. I've been playing it, so I've been playing a fuck ton of Overwatch. I like Zelda. I think the only Zelda game I haven't finished is the new one and Skyward Sword. So I'm really into Zelda. I like Assassin's Creed. Shadow of Mordor is one of my favorite fucking games. I fucking love that game. I play a lot of Nintendo stuff like Pokemon. I have a lot of stuff for Nintendo DS. Stuff that is super girly and and not scary.
Oh,
And then there's Shadow of Mordor, so there's that.
Daniel Pink says, SDA, with the ad made by Scribelight, what is the gist of GLOL?
What does it stand for, Scrib?
The Gorgeous Ladies of Live Streaming.
That's what it stands for.
No, I mean, what? I think he's asking for what you guys are going to talk about. Or what
Oh, we're gonna. Okay, so this is what happened. BG was like, "Hey, Monkey and Scribe and SDA, it's the weirdest porn you've seen." And Monkey said, balloon porn. To which I said, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" And Weibo was also like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" And we were trying to figure out how one fucks a balloon, and then Monkey was like, "No, you don't understand. They are putting balloons inside them." And then we were even more like, "What the fuck?"
There was a story about it.
And, I don't know, it just kind of snowballed from there.
Snowball.
They're going to be talking about how it might work and when SDA is going to be trying it on stream.
We're not going to be talking about when SDA is going to be trying it on screen, because that is not going to happen. But I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Cozy Comfortable says, you guys should have Hi, I Think I'm Real on. We haven't had him on in quite a while.
That there was a question. I'm sorry, I forget who said it. Expecting drama with no bullshit. No bullshit and I are friends. This is not going to be a kumite. It's just going to be us chatting about that and some of the other things that have been going on. If you're tuning in expecting me and him to fight, you're wrong.
Is Monkey
Sorry.
roboting or is it
What
just me?
has his videos been about? I haven't had a chance to watch them.
Am I roboting?
A little tiny bit, but I can
Yeah.
understand you.
Oh, sorry.
No, just that you roboted out.
Really?
Well, fuck. I don't know why it's doing that.
You're good now.
You're good for the moment.
His video series has been titled The Fall of Sargon.
Okay.
And it's just about how he thinks Sargon has fallen from grace with how people used to see him.
Right.
So yeah, that's it. That's what we'll be talking about.
Okay. I mean, I can kind of, like, without watching the videos, I think I can kind of get an idea of where he's coming from as far as all that goes.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you've watched the videos, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me a synopsis, maybe?
Basically he thinks that people used to see Sargon in a very high regard, and he's not wrong about that. And in his opinion, thanks to things like the Spencer debate and the association with Kraut, people that some of the luster is worn off, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that's
He doesn't
way off base or anything.
No, I actually had to ask him about it because the way he presented it, he didn't present it that well, to be honest. And even he admitted that he understood why I was questioning it, because the way he presented it, I was thinking, okay, you're saying Sargon has fallen in that he's, say, lost subscribers or something. And that's not how he meant it. So there is some issues with the way he presented it. And
Right.
but yeah, like I said, guys, if you're tuning in to see me and him go at it, you're going to be disappointed because, yeah, we're friendly.
And you're just discussing it. I mean, there's no reason why
Yeah.
you can't be friendly and discussing something even like you disagree with. So there's that too. Hi, Lisa. What other questions do we have?
That's a good question. Ha, see what I did there?
What are your favorite Looney Tunes characters?
Oh, Bugs Bunny. And Bugs is awesome.
Favorite Looney Tunes character. Probably Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Are those
Is it-
Looney Tunes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a duo, they were probably the most entertaining consistently. I mean, I like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck going at it from time to time, but I think I probably got more consistent entertainment just because you didn't need dialogue with those two to have fun with it.
For me, I remember like there being a show about Looney Tunes babies, and I just thought that they were adorable.
Tiny Toons.
Yeah, the Tiny Toons. And I don't know if it was like a good show or a bad show. I just remember
great.
like, being a girl and being a kid, and I was like, baby stuff. So I was really into it.
Ooh, did you ever see
Tiny
Muppet
Toons were
Babies? Because they're bringing
awesome.
back Muppet Babies.
I didn't see Muppet Babies. You know what? I've never been a Muppets person. Puppets kind of freak me out.
Yeah, Muppets, the Muppet Show and everything was a big deal when I was very young. Like my parents and I would watch that stuff, and like John Denver comes on as a guest, and one time Mark Hamill was there. Just like everybody and their brother was a guest on the Muppet Show.
They had R2D2 on.
They did have R2D2 on. They had
Well, that's very important.
They had Carpenter, the singer. What's her
Karen
name?
Carpenter.
Karen Carpenter. Yeah, she was on there one time before she like starved
Edited.
herself to death. Yeah.
Well, that's morbid.
Yeah.
I guess so is
But it's
starving
not
yourself
wrong.
to death, though.
And Animaniacs, yeah, Animaniacs was. I probably liked Animaniacs a bit better because it snuck in so much like adult innuendo and stuff. It was great. And as a kid, watch like I'd be Batman and Animaniacs. I think they almost played them back to back when I was a kid, so I had the best of both worlds right there.
Let's see. What else do we have here? If puppets freak you out, don't watch Dark Crystal. Yeah, definitely not.
They're doing a
That's
sequel
creepy.
to that. They're making a sequel to that right now. I think it's going to come out this year or next year or something on Netflix. I think.
Wasn't it a series they were doing?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a sequel series. Yeah, like a TV show, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm confused. What does it say? I'm confused as to why saying "Hi, I think I'm real" should be on the stream went to tearing down no bullshit. What? I think I missed something.
I think I'm real. Really doesn't like no bullshit.
Oh.
And he did a response to the first no bullshit video about Sargon, and he's already announced he's doing a second part to it.
Okay.
So that's why those two things led to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah, we haven't had Real on quite a while, but I mean, not a conscious effort or anything. It's just,
Yeah, it hasn't happened. I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, everybody here's still pretty friendly with him.
Yeah, we just usually have our usual cast of usual suspects on. Though we should try to reach out and get like some random.
Yeah, I'll
person we don't
bother
know.
poisoning the well at some point.
Yeah, I should see if Blair White wants to come on. I saw, I was watching her stream for a few minutes before the stream started, and somebody dropped just without a comment attached to it, dropped a super chat of $300, and I was like, holy shit! And like $300, you're not going to ask something or say something? Like, what is going on? That's crazy. Let's see. Shiogorath says Final Fantasy 10, 12, 13, or 15. I don't know. I've never played anything of them except for Final Fantasy
1.
Final Fantasy 2 on Game Boy. That's as far as I ever got.
I've played Final Fantasy 14.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not part of the question. So
I know, but that's all I got.
Hmm.
And I'm
We were
afraid
great
to
on that
bring
question.
that up because I know that Sassy's in the chat.
Wait. Malevolent Rider Ropes Cozy. What are you guys doing in there? You guys haven't like are you sexting right here in the thing? Are you cyber sexting
don't
in our
sext
chat?
in chat, please.
Yeah, don't cyber sex in our chat.
Don't listen to them. Y'all do what you want.
Unless
No,
you're
please don't sext in our chat.
Unless you're fantasizing about me, but that's different.
Hashtag things that are not okay.
Hashtag do what you want.
Yeah. Let's
Do you,
see. Llama Dungeon says should try to get roaming on, though she's probably too pure considering her reaction to tongue butter.
Roaming's been on before. Scribbles wasn't here for it, but
yeah, I missed it that day.
Yeah, I'd be happy to ask her, see if she wants to join us for a little bit. For now, she knows how you guys are, but Won't have to ask her the tongue butter question because she's already been asked.
BG says, what's your favorite dark musical other than Phantom? Do you mean Phantom of the Opera or Phantom of the Paradise? Because if you mean Phantom of the Opera, then I'm going to say Phantom of the Paradise, or vice versa.
I like Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Phantom of the Paradise is great. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Phantom of the Paradise is a cult musical, crazy, like 70s movie. And I'd never heard of it until it was like played on FX or something years and years ago. But as soon as I saw it, I was just mesmerized. It's amazing.
Oh, fuck, it's 10:59.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Damn, that flew by.
Gone quick.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for the donations. Chat, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And Monkey help.
Yeah, thanks for coming. You guys are awesome. It's great seeing you night after night. You make this a lot more fun than it would be if it was just the three of us, because we're boring as hell.
Hey!
Scribbles, STA, pleasure as always. Everyone, your life makes me sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.